I was listening to Maria Zakharova, the spokeswoman for the foreign ministry of the Russian Federation, and she gave a good about an hour and some interview after doing like 3 hours straight of answering questions. And she was saying that the U.S. keeps saying that they passed along intelligence to the United States, but they actually didn't. She said that they passed along certain vague things to third parties, which third parties told the Russian Federation. And it was so vague that you couldn't make heads or tails of it. And she said that if the United States truly believed that it was ISIS, then hand over the intelligence that would prove that. And they have refused to so far. And she believes that because the U.S. and the UK and NATO forces had a hand in it. And pretty much that's what she was saying. And I want to bring something. I was playing some clips yesterday on my show about the creation of ISIS. YouTube and all of these other people, they scrub the internet of this stuff, right? So I want to play this 56-second clip about ISIL. I played it yesterday. It's about ISIS or ISIL or ISIS-K or whatever they were. Because you notice every time the United States use up the utility of a terror group, out the blue, another one pops up and the United States knows everything about them. So I just want you to listen to what this guy, who is a Mossad agent, who works hand in hand with the CIA, has to say about ISIS.
Against the state of Israel, political plots and others.
You tell the story about how you tried to find out what they call the Mossad when they deal with publicly?
I thought it was a reasonable question, but the trouble is you can't pick up the phone book. There's no Langley in Israel that you can look up, CIA, or in our case, the Mossad. We thought we should ask, what shall we call it in English? You can translate the Hebrew words, as I said, Mossad is institute, but when they write a letter to their friends in the CIA or the British intelligence, what do they call themselves? It took a while. It was a matter of asking the Prime Minister's spokesman. The best you could do, because officially the Mossad is under the Prime Minister's office. And I think he sort of wondered why you want to know and all that, so we explained. And he came up with the Israeli Secret Intelligence Service. I mean, if it were to have initials, it would be ISIS. Just simple words like that. Interestingly enough, kind of a British model.
So, Carl, I saw you laughing behind the scene. You take that football and run with it.
I mean, look, man, what have ISIS done since October last year? They came out to criticize Hamas. They say Hamas is too focused on national liberation issues. This is and look at the juncture, the timing of the attack. The attack happened immediately after Putin's re-election, when he just won an overwhelming popular mandate to prosecute the special military operation in Ukraine. At the same time, when to every clear observers, Russia is clearly winning the Ukrainian war, and the West and the NATO alliance couldn't do anything about it. And then you look at the reactions in U.S., both by the U.S. government and all the mainstream media. They're all gloating. They're gloating that Russia got attacked, and and guess what they were saying? They were saying, "Oh, this shows that Putin could not provide security for Russia." I mean, it almost seems like the attack, the intent of the attack is to show Russians, to prove that somehow how Putin is not properly protecting Russians, and to direct the attention of the world away from, again, Israeli atrocity in Palestine, away from the U.S. impotence in the Red Sea, when the U.S. admiral was quoted that U.S. Navy is fighting our largest battle since World War II, and they're losing to the Houthis, to Ansar Allah. They made Houthis a major world naval power in the 21st century, because U.S. Navy, with all its budget, is powerless to stop the blockade. And this is the point where all these NATO hawks, all these Washington spooks are looking for a so-called win. against Russia, and then this concert hall attack happens. It's just like little too convenient. I mean, I if it smells like the three-letter agencies and walks like the three-letter agencies, I'm gonna tend to believe that three-letter agency is behind it.